You know that nagging feeling, that little knot of anxiety when you think about money? Well, let's talk about turning that feeling into some real financial peace of mind. We're going to break down one of the most important things you can do for your finances, building an emergency fund. And trust me, it's way simpler than you think. Let's dive in. So, I'm going to ask you a question, straight up. If, right now, you got hit with a $1,000 surprise bill, your car dies, a sudden trip to the ER, could you cover it? Without, immediately whipping out a credit card and going into debt? It's a tough question, for sure, but a really important one to ask yourself. Because here's the thing, life is just unpredictable. An unexpected job loss, a medical bill that comes out of nowhere, the water heater bursting, these things aren't just possibilities, they're pretty much guarantees at some point. They're just the bumps in the road we all face. But, and this is the good news, there is absolutely a way to be ready for it. And no, it's not some kind of complicated Wall Street secret. It's about building your very own personal financial safety net, a tool that puts you back in control when things feel like they're spinning out of it. So, what is this safety net exactly? Let's get a really clear definition down, because honestly, this is the foundation for everything else we're about to cover. At its heart, an emergency fund is just a savings account that you've earmarked for life's curveballs. Think about it like this. You wouldn't build a house on shaky ground, right? You need a solid foundation first. Well, this fund is your financial foundation. It's the critical first step you take before you start thinking about investing or any other big money moves. Okay, this is key. This fund has one job, and one job only, to be there for a real crisis. Losing your job, a serious medical issue, your car's transmission giving out. It is absolutely positively not for things you just want, like that trip you've been eyeing, the shiny new phone, or a flash sale at your favorite store. Drawing that line in the sand is the #1 rule here. Okay, so you know what it is. You know what it's for. The next big question is, where does this money actually live? Because choosing the right account can make a huge difference. So you've got a few really great options. The main goals here are safety and accessibility, but maybe not instant accessibility. A high-yield savings account is usually the go-to choice. Why? Because you earn way more interest than a regular savings account, and it's still FDIC insured. Money market accounts are pretty similar and sometimes let you write checks. And you definitely shouldn't sleep on online banks or credit unions. They often have the best rates. It's all about finding that sweet spot where your money is safe, growing a little, and reachable when you need it. Now for the main event, the action plan. This is how you actually go from zero to having that fully funded safety net we've been talking about. Okay, so the classic advice you always hear is to save up 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. And let's just be real for a second, that number can sound massive. So big, in fact, that it can make you feel defeated before you even start. But here's the secret. You don't start by trying to climb the entire mountain in one go. The real key to success is to start with a much, much smaller first step. How small? Just $500. Or maybe $1,000. That's it. That one little pile of cash is enough to handle so many of those common little emergencies that would otherwise send you straight into credit card debt. It's a totally achievable first goal, and hitting it builds incredible momentum. So here's the system. It's 4 simple steps. 1, set that small, doable goal. 2, and this is the absolute game changer, automate it. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings for every single payday, even if it's just $20. You pay yourself first, before you even have the chance to miss it. 3, check in every so often to see your progress. And 4, and don't skip this one, celebrate your wins along the way. So you've done it. You've started building your fund, which is amazing. But now comes the final, and maybe most important challenge, protecting it. This all comes back to discipline. You gotta treat this money differently. A great little mind trick is to keep it at a completely separate bank. That little bit of friction, that extra step to transfer it, can be just enough to stop an impulse purchase in its tracks. And here's a pro tip I love. Start a separate, small, fun fund for the things you want. That way you don't feel deprived and get tempted to raid the emergency cash. And this is the real payoff. It's not really about the money itself. It's about the feeling. It's the confidence, the peace of mind you get from knowing that you are prepared. You can handle a crisis without blowing up your entire financial future. So there you have it. The blueprint is right here in front of you. The only thing left to do is to take that first step. So what's it going to be? Are you going to pick an account, set up that first automatic transfer, think about it, and then go do it? You've got this.